Many imagine Brazil as a country of tourism and wonderful soccer, or Jogo Bonito, as it's known around the world. Yesterday, on Wednesday, June 19th, the world saw a different face of this great country, one of confrontation and social struggle, and it was broadcasted on live TV to the world. In Fortaleza, Brazil, an estimate of 25,000 people protested outside the Confederations Cup Brazil versus Mexico game, with chants like "A teacher is worth more than Neymar," Brazil's new soccer star. They made their presence being felt, both inside and outside the international soccer game, where President Dilma Rousseff and Joseph Blatter, FIFA's chairman, were in attendance. They were booed on the ceremony before the game, when the president was introduced. Outside the stadium, police finally broke their ranks and started repressing the protesters. Many of them were left out of the stadium, in some cases with a ticket in their hands, trapped in the middle of the violence. Instead of enjoying the soccer game, they ended up smelling tear gas and running from menacing policemen pursuing the crowd. This was enough for the Rousseff administration, which has been doing a real effort to use the Olympic Games, and especially the FIFA Soccer World Cup, to showcase Brazil as one of the new powerhouses in today's world. Few hours after the incident, on a special announcement broadcast to all TV networks, it was announced that the bus fares will be reduced from $1.45 to $1.36, the original level before the protest started, because of that precise reason. And while the public transport fare was the trigger, the reasons behind such mobilizations seem to go much deeper than that. The Real News Network spoke with some activists to understand their opinion about this victory.
Yeah, well, I think the motto of this protest, of this march, it's not only 20 cents. So we are talking about education, we're talking about how politics being held, and health problems and security problems, and we have the inflation problem again. And this is something that really makes Brazilians really crazy, because we hope that we have passed that, but this is not supposed to be happening anymore. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, definitely. Although the mayors of the biggest towns in Brazil, like Rio and Sao Paulo, have decided to step back and bring the prices of the bus fares down, this is definitely something that is not going to stop.
We have poor infrastructure, we have a lot of taxes, and we have to pay everything double. We have to pay taxes, but we have also to pay to have medical assistance. We pay taxes, but we also pay to have roads. We pay taxes, but we also have to pay for particular security. It seems that our taxes are not used for anything except for providing the politicals some kind of luxury.
People like soccer. We are in Brazil, right? So yeah, I mean, the fact that people like soccer, it doesn't justify major, huge, and enormous investments, over budgeting all the constructions that we have been doing and building for the World Cup. I mean, the fact that we like football, and it doesn't mean that we need to have a World Cup here, and only invest. If we had that infrastructure, like the health system would work well and the educational system would work well, then welcome. We are going to invest $30 billion on the World Cup because everything is working. So yeah, but it's not the case, and nothing is working here. Public transportation is not working, education is not working, health, people are literally every day in the news dying on the hallways of public hospitals.
Since an event was called on Facebook on June 6th to protest for the increasing bus fare and the bad service in return, every day thousands of people keep joining the protest that has triggered anger over many other issues, especially abuse of power and police violence, with almost every game in the Confederations Cup boycott by thousands of activists. Joseph Blatter declared, "Brazil chose to organize the World Cup. We didn't impose it on you." Not really happy about the demonstrations and the police violence that soon followed every time. The protest movement that on Monday, June the 17th, got more than 250,000 people on the streets of more than 12 of Brazil's main cities, and that on Brasilia effectively occupied the Congress building, while the police could only helplessly witness how 5,000 people took the building by storm.
So, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm a person. I'm just a person going out on the streets, like a million persons in Brazil in this moment. We are 40 cities, approximately 15 capitals here in Brazil, and I'm not representing any movement because any official movement, because our self-organized movement itself is rooted in the basis that we people are taking the streets and we are claiming changes, and we are trying to not be involved with any political party or any official position. Left is not something that we feel part of. Left is something my parents would feel part of. You know, this left and right thing. It's not my generation. It's not us. It is something else that's not working anymore.
We have been using in Brazil, the Congress, the politics are using for a long time the strategies of panis et circenses, pão e circo. We do not accept it anymore. So soccer has been used to disfocus people on real problems, the same way that the carnival is used. It's the same thing. Soccer, carnival, these kinds of party are used to make people don't think about the real problem.
Well, I was saying this is something that I think it's not new to me, but new to Brazilians. I was born in the era of dictatorship, at the end of the dictatorship period in Brazil, but I was able to see, although I was very very young, people going to streets to protest, and of course that had been repressed since 1964. That's when the dictatorship started in Brazil, and I don't know if that time of I would say that calm period made Brazilian very pacifist, but we can still see some of the characteristics or some of the ideas of how to do politics really embedded in today's politics as the same way they were in a dictatorship period.
A great march had been called today in many cities to demonstrate and decide whether the protest will continue, despite having forced the government to step back. One thing is for sure, the people on the street now knows that until June the 30th, when the Confederations Cup final is played, the eyes of the world are poised on Brazilian soccer. That gives them some leverage to work with in pursuit of their demands. Reporting for The Real News, this is Oscar Leon.